Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you've seen any of my previous and little uploads that I don't upload consistently, sorry about that. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about a topic a few of you guys have asked questions about in my SK Global dorm tour, and I've had other people ask me in real, like in person about this too, like friends or whatever. About how I was able to afford to study abroad in South Korea. Before I do get started, I kind of just want to give you a little bit of background information that maybe it'll be helpful to understand how I was able to afford to study abroad in Korea, if that makes sense, or just in general, so you won't get confused as to where I'm gonna go with the answer, I guess, when it comes to this video. So I studied abroad in South Korea in the fall of 2017. I was there for one semester, so it was around the end of August to the end of December in 2017. I studied in Yonsei University, which is in Seoul. I did stay in the dorms, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and then whenever I went, I was an accounting major. Even though I'm a marketing major now, and I did take 4 classes. I knew I could have taken more, but I just wanted to take 4. So I took 2 Korean related classes, so Korean history and Korean language, level 1. I didn't take KLI, I just took the regular Korean language. And then the other 2 were business related, so I took supply chain management, and then they call it operations management, I believe. And then the second business course that I took was principles of marketing administration, which is basically intro to marketing. So yeah, in regards to my home university situation, I am currently a senior in a 4-year public university in Texas. Again, like I said, I'm a marketing major and I'm minoring in studio art, I guess, if that's, some people might be curious, just in case, I think. So yeah, also here's a general outline of my expenses that I had to pay, including tuition, flight, and everything. I think it was about $13,000-ish. I did keep track of my expenses. However, every time I would enter those amounts, it would be in Korean won. So whenever you do like the exchange, I guess, or the conversion, sorry, it might be around $13,000. If you guys want, I can make a video related to budgeting, how I was able to pay for things, kind of more into detail, but this is more of like a broad how I afforded to study abroad kind of video, but I can do a video like that if you guys want. Anyways, on to the actual like topic of this video, how I afforded to study abroad. Basically it was based on 2 things. So the first category would be money that I saved up for my part-time job. So whenever I kind of had the idea, or I thought I definitely wanted to study abroad, I knew that I should start saving up for maybe like the flight or things that I might want to get over there that's not specifically like, you know, things I had to buy, like textbooks or something like that. So I did pay with my part-time job money. I did pay for my flight, which is about $900, and I did pay for, oh yeah, my personal expenses / money that I took in cash. So I think it was about $200 or $300 that I took in cash to Korea. So I exchanged some money in the bank. So I was just like, hey, you know, I want to exchange so much money to take in cash. So it took about a week for that. And I took that money in cash just in case I needed to pay a taxi or something when I got there. I wanted to buy something. So yeah, and then also I think it was the rest of that money was also what I used for my personal expenses. And then the second category would be financial aid. The financial aid might be a little bit tricky because depending if, you know, you're from the US or not, hopefully. Like, I don't mean that in a weird way. It's just like, I'm not really sure how, like, if different countries, how like financial aid works or stuff like that. Or even here in the US, it might be a little different for every person. So just keep that in mind. So again, I go to a 4-year public university, therefore I also get financial aid. So it depends, I think, in your parents' income and a lot of little factors as well. So for me, financial aid consists of grants, which is basically money that the government gives you that you don't have to pay back, and then you can use to pay for your tuition and any related expenses to school. However, you have to maintain a certain academic standing, so you have to have a specific GPA, and you must graduate, obviously, and get your degree. The second part is, well, the second subcategory within financial aid would be loans. So obviously you can get loans from a bank to study or to use for, you know, tuition or whatever, but I get federal loans, which comes in with my financial aid award letter. So I get like federal student loans. So I get the subsidized and then the unsubsidized. Third subcategory would be scholarships. So scholarships, I did apply for as many scholarships as I could and remember to actually submit. I think I applied for 4 or 5 scholarships. Out of those, I received 2, which I'm totally grateful for. So the 2 that I received was the IEFS Scholarship, which is the International Education Free Scholarship. So that I applied through my study abroad office in my home university. So I went to them, you know, they have an office in my university where if you want to study abroad, they have like specific advisors that help you out. So I was just like, hey, I want to study abroad. However, I don't know if I'll be able to afford it. I rely on financial aid to pay for school. And then they let me know that there was this scholarship available for me to apply, which I did. I think that the IEFS Scholarship, however, might only be a Texas or a Texan University scholarship. I'll double check on that. I remember last time I googled information in regards to that, only other universities in Texas popped up. So for example, I think Texas State University offers that scholarship. I think UTSA and UT Austin. I'll double check. I'll leave any information in regards to that, maybe if in other states they offer it as well. But you know, just my advice is maybe go ask a advisor, specifically a financial aid advisor as well. If your home university doesn't have a study abroad office, ask them about like any scholarships that they might have, and specifically maybe study abroad scholarships as well. So the second scholarship was the Gilman Scholarship. So that's actually a government funded scholarship / program. So you have to meet specific eligibility criteria in order to know whether or not you can apply. And then if you do meet all that criteria, then you can go ahead and like, you know, submit an application, submit the essays, and then they'll let you know like after a few months or so. So I have my iPad here to let you guys know what the criteria is. So you must be a US citizen, must be an undergrad at either a 2 or 4 year accredited institution in the US. I feel like most likely you would be. If you're not sure, I would go ask maybe my advisor or financial aid advisor just in case. You must be receiving a Pell Grant. So this is what I mean that this is one of the grants that I do receive that I previously mentioned about like it being a sub-criteria of or a subtopic of financial aid. So you must be receiving this grant. You must be in the process of applying to or have been accepted to either studying abroad or an internship abroad, which I didn't know that you can do an internship abroad until like way after. But yeah, so you don't have to specifically go study abroad. You can get like an internship abroad. So yeah, if you are in the process of doing that, that's one of the eligibility criteria. And then the area that you are planning to study or intern abroad, the travel advisory must be level 1 or 2. So I'll like link the Gilman Scholarship website. So yeah, like in the website, you can double check, like it'll link you to, I think, one of the .gov websites where it lets you know what the travel advisory level for different countries are, so you can double check there. But yeah, if you do meet all that criteria, then you can go ahead and, you know, submit an application. So the application process is, it seems to me at first it seemed a little bit stressful, but once you get started and then you finish You know, it's not as stressful. I feel like the only stressful part for me was the essays. But yeah, the basic application process is you have to fill out the application with your basic information and stuff like that, your university, you know, things like that. You must get an advisor certification. So this basically means, like, well, at least whenever I applied, this basically means that as you're filling out your information, towards the end, it's going to give you the option to, you know, in the drop box or in the little search bar, put the name of your university, and then it should automatically, you know, pop up the name of the advisor that must certify you, usually, which is done through email. You just put your university name, and then it'll automatically pop up the name of the advisor, and you just hit submit. Usually I've heard that it's depends for some universities, like, you know, sometimes that you might not have like a specific advisor that will pop up there. I would just email the Gilman Scholarship, which again, they'll have the email for you if you have any questions, and then I'll also link it in the description box just in case. So yeah, you'll need the advisor certification. You'll also obviously need your transcripts. There should be official transcripts. I don't remember if they were electronic that I sent or like paper transcripts. I don't remember exactly. For sure, again, it'll say on the website. It's been a while. You must submit 2 required essays. So one of them is the statement of purpose, which basically you just have to talk about why you want to study in that country. You know, what you're gonna get from the program, what you're gonna offer back to your community and your school, what the program's gonna offer for you, things like that. So yes, for the second essay, which is the follow-on service project proposal, so the basic summary for that essay is basically, you know, a community service project that you will do once you come back from studying abroad. Usually you have to do certain things within that project proposal. Within that community service, I guess. So you have to say how you're going to not only, you know, let other people know in your home university, your community know about the, you know, opportunities that you can gain from studying abroad or interning abroad, but also, you know, letting others know about, you know, the essay. So for me, what I said for my essay was to do 2 things in a way. So half of my project proposal was to make vlogs, kind of documenting some of the things that I would do and how I reacted, or things that I explore, or how I try to, you know, kind of adapt to a culture that I've never experienced before as a foreigner. So I kind of try to document that. And then the second part was, you know, collaborating with a student organization, which I did once I came back. So I collaborated with her, like, it's kind of like the Korean club organization of my school or my home university. And I spoke to the president, and I was like, hey, you know, I just came back from Korea. I want to talk to the club if possible and let them know about my experience there and how they can possibly experience that as well, and about a great scholarship opportunity that they can apply to. So she was like, okay. And then I created a PowerPoint slide with all the information. I even created a little video. I think it's like a 1 or 2 minute video. I'm gonna link it right here or whatever part of the screen it is. And I created that video, and then I showed it to them first, and then I started talking to them about, you know, hey, I went to Korea, it was the best time ever. You know, I know you guys like Korea too. You know, if you want to experience what it is to study abroad, I went through this program, and then this is how I paid some of my stuff. So yeah, that was my community service proposal, which I ended up doing actually. I know my friend, she went that summer before I studied abroad in Korea, but she didn't go to Korea. I think she went to Kyrgyzstan. She just said in her essay, like, you know, I would go back to, you know, my high school and talk to the students and try to encourage them, or at least kind of plant that seed in their mind of the ability to study abroad, and, you know, maybe make that a question to ask, you know, college recruiters or something like that. So she got the, you know, the scholarship as well. So it doesn't have to be like really like unique or something. It's just as long as it's doable and it's something that you know for sure that you can reach people, reach your community and your home university, and kind of really encourage the idea of studying abroad or interning abroad and the scholarship itself. So, but if you guys have any questions, you need any help or something, for sure let me know. I try to reply back as soon as I can for comments and stuff like that. If you don't want to leave a comment with like your full-on essay or something, or even like a question that you don't feel comfortable asking in front of people. I don't know if I previously mentioned earlier in the video, but I made like a specific email for you guys to ask questions just in case. I'll link it in the description box, or I'll put it somewhere in the screen. But yeah, for sure let me know. Or even my Instagram, I've had a few people contact me through there, which I'm totally fine. Like, I'm usually on Instagram sometimes. But yeah, but anyways, if you do submit those 2 required essays, you can be considered up to $5,000. So just keep in mind, it's like to be considered up to doesn't mean you'll get all $5,000. I received $2,000 as my like total award for that scholarship. It just depends. I know that I think they have like a committee or sorts who reads your essays and then decides how much you'll get. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Not all 5,000, which would be awesome if it would, but it just depends who reads your essays and stuff like that. There's also a 3rd optional essay. So this one's called the critical need language essay. So basically, if you're going to a country that whose predominant spoken language is on the list of the critical need language or languages, you can submit the 3rd essay. Usually they have a list on the Gilman Scholarship website. So for me, it was Korean was obviously, one of the critical need languages. I think Japanese is too. And then I know Punjabi is another one. I know they have like a list of a few there. Like I said, check out the website if you're curious about this scholarship. But yes, the 3rd optional essay, if you are able to submit that essay, instead of being considered up to $5,000, you'll be considered up to $8,000. I know one of the girls from the program that I went to, so I went with an affiliate provider, which I can talk about in another video if you guys would like, because if not it'll get confusing. But I know that one of the girls from my program, she submitted the 3rd essay. I didn't, because I didn't read everything. If I would have known, I would have, but I didn't. So she did submit it, and then she did get all $8,000. But again, keep in mind, up to $8,000. It all depends what they say, the committee or whoever reads our essays, what they say. So, but yeah, I highly recommend that if you know that for sure the country that you'll be studying abroad has a predominant critical need language spoken, submit the 3rd essay. Me, I just made the mistake of not fully reading the website, so I didn't know that there was a 3rd essay. I don't know, I procrastinated. I submitted it like an hour before. So don't do what I did. Start early. That's another thing, like for sure start early. Don't wait last minute like I did. I had to get reminded by my advisor. He was like, hey, are you gonna submit your application or not? And I was like, oh yeah, that's right, which I'm glad he did, because I did get the scholarship. But my recommendation, start early, ask questions. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. If not, for sure ask any advisor at school. Get your essays proofread. I didn't get mine proofread. I don't know, I just ended up like just having I got my roommate to read it, but other than that, like I didn't go to the writing center in my home university. So if your university offers those services, for sure, I feel like the more feedback you get in your essays, the better they might seem to whoever ends up reading our essays, like the committee or whatever it is. And hopefully the better your essays, the more money they might give you. So crossing my fingers. So yeah, so for sure start early, ask questions, ask for help. I think that's like my best advice for any of you guys who might be thinking on applying for this scholarship. So yes, just keep in mind that if you do end up applying for the Gilman Scholarship, that you have to complete the service or the community service project proposal or your proposal. You have 6 months after you come back. So for example, I came back Christmas Eve. They'll give you like an extra week or so or whatever date you input on your application that you're going to be coming back. So they'll start counting from that date, so 6 months onwards. I believe they can give you an extension if you don't complete it by the deadline, but I just, I would recommend, to start as soon as you can, just because like once school starts, at least for me, like I was trying to adjust back to the States, and then school, and then getting like the program or the proposal, done. So it's just like it's better to start early, and then do like write about something realistic, in my opinion. I don't know. That's what I just think, like maybe something that you for sure know that might help a lot of people in your school community, but also something realistic that that for sure you can complete. It's just, I think it's easier, I guess. But yes, in regards to the deadline, it says here that the summer 2019 and fall 2019 and the academic year for 2019 to 2020 application is open. It is due March 5th at 11:59 Central Time, or CST. I don't know all the meaning of all the little acronyms, but yes. So I'll insert here like a screenshot of sorts. But again, like I mentioned, I don't know, I lost track of how many times already, I'll leave the link for the website of the Gilman Scholarship if you're interested. I feel like this ended up just being a promo for the scholarship, but basically like I said, I paid my studying abroad program, or my basically my program, my financial aid, which was mostly my grants and my student loans and my scholarships. I do apologize that I didn't really mention the amounts I get for my grants, just because, and student loans, just because I kind of get a little bit like awkward about it, if that's even the right word to describe it. It's just weird. Like to me, it's a little bit personal, just because like grants is money, you don't pay for the government stuff, and I don't know. It's just weird kind of giving that information out, but I don't I don't mean it in a bad way. For sure, I feel comfortable letting you guys know how much I got for the scholarships. But yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, like I just recommend that if you are thinking of studying abroad, like I said, start early. If you know that you're gonna rely on financial aid, ask questions. Like ask questions. I know that so many people that I knew from the program, they're like, oh, yeah, I was confused in regards to this thing, or I didn't know that this thing we had to do by this deadline, or something like that. I just recommend to just ask questions, even before you start the application process for studying abroad, no matter if it's in Korea or any other country. I started, I think, a little bit over a year before actually studying abroad, in the fall of 2017. I think I started asking questions, I think fall 2016, and then so on, and then kind of went like that. And even then I felt like I was rushed with every single little thing I had to submit, like my application to the actual program with the affiliate provider, the application to the actual host university, the application for my visa. It's just little things like end up piling up, or at least for me it did. So yeah, just highly recommend for you guys to start early, ask questions. But yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer as soon as I can. Feel free to email me, follow me on Instagram if you guys want. I don't know, shameless promo here. I'm just kidding. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you ended up stumbling upon this video through YouTube looking for help, I hope this helped somehow, or at least gave you an option of scholarships to apply for. I know if you end up watching this video and you're not a student in the US, I'll try to link some scholarships that I might find for students in general, like in any part of the world, or maybe like any scholarships that the Korean government might offer for foreigners. I'll try to do my research more on that. I know I had seen one or two on one of the websites, but I'll try to look for it. I'm so sorry though. For sure I hope something from this video helped you in some way. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Hopefully I'll upload soon and not really inconsistently, because it's been like 6 months I think since I've uploaded a video. So yeah, I'll try to keep I don't know, I keep saying that like I'll upload, but let's be honest, like school oh my god, I need a life other than school. But yeah, again, thanks so much and have a great day. Bye.